Hi everybody, I'm J-Man, and today we're playing Gran Turismo, the real driving simulator. While we're playing this, well, soon we'll be playing this, but first, this is from Psalm 1, verse 5. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. So I was thinking about what cars I had available, and I only had one car available, and I thought, you know, if I purchase the other two cars of the three cars that I need, because, I mean, I've got a little bit of extra money, we can do that. It was like 100,000 credits for that, which still kept us over 1 million credits anyway. I can have the kind of car I want to have, and then I can see which car is better, and then I'll adjust the stats on this car, which I did before we raced, just so that maybe you don't have to see all the stuff that I do, even though you'll probably see me adjust and look at the stats on the other two cars. I know I've got one of the other two cars, but I don't know how long I've had it and if I've adjusted the stats. But since we've got the opportunity to find out which of these three cars is best, let's find out if there is a better option with these three cars. Maybe I won't know, maybe I won't be able to figure out why, but maybe there's something that I'm not realizing that's better about these cars. Like, I gotta say, this particular car that I'm using right now, it's actually not as good as I want to say it is, but it's not the only car without a hood. That kind of, the roll bars do actually affect the aerodynamics of the car, because the wind, there's a little bit of wind resistance going under each of the bars, whereas with the full hood, it can't really get under the car. Oh, this is 10 laps? Oh wow, I didn't even realize that when I started. I mean, we're getting along fast because we're almost to the third lap. But wow, yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to how many laps. All of a sudden I just looked up and was like, oh wow, we're going 10 laps. Okay, in for the long haul right now. Got to keep good control though, and that's part of it, is keeping the good control. And that's why I adjust some of the things I adjust, like the traction on the tires. I make sure the traction is strong, but I keep the tires softer too, and then I lower the car, because that helps with the aerodynamics as well. At least I feel like it does. I don't know if it really does, but it feels like it helps me, so that's why I go with that. I use what I know and I go with what I like. But I don't want to, when we've go through, wow, what English is that? When we've gone through all 10 laps, I don't want to just be all like, okay, so we'll keep using this car because it won. I want to see, do the other cars compare at all? Can the other cars win? It's like with the Mustang, you know, I had to try the other cars to see, yeah, okay, I think the Mustang is better. And there weren't enough races for all the different cars that we had to really be able to say, yeah, the Mustang is the best car for this particular race. Or with the last one where the Porsche wound up being the best car, I could say that, well, this car was first on this list, so obviously it's the best car for this challenge. That may not be true. We're dealing with Mazda Roadsters, and just because this one was on the top and appears to be more of a racing car does not mean that it is the best option. It really doesn't. And I don't know why any of that was important to me tonight. I kind of want to go through some of my thinking process as I get started on the game, as I'm going around each corner. Wow, we are already halfway through this track. I knew it's a short track. Before I got to everything, subconsciously I knew this was a short track. I knew that it was going to go fast. I just didn't pay attention to the fact that it was going to be 10 laps, and that I'm just tearing up these 10 laps right now too. Oh man, oh, see, look at Maddox right there in the 89 car. Yeah, that's not the 15, that's the 89. See, and that was the car I was going to use. I was like, I got the 89, I can just go through with the 89. But then I thought, if I can afford the other two cars, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have more cars in my garage anyway, first. And second, if there is legitimate difference between the vehicles where one of these three vehicles races better than the other two vehicles, why not take the advantage where I can get the advantage? But if I can't get the advantage, I can't get the advantage. Or if I can't figure out the advantage, it's on me, not on the cars. And I think that's part of the other problem, is I put so much emphasis on which car it is and not enough emphasis on how well or poorly my driving is. For instance, right now with Maddox, I am going a little bit slower around the corners because I don't want to lose too much control, and I'm feeling like I got this because I am still in the lead. But Maddox keeps coming around the corner and saying, no, I'm the better car. And you can see that my fastest lap, still my fastest lap of 49 seconds, has been slowing down slightly. I mean, it's fluctuated 51, 50, 52, but it's not anywhere near that 49. In fact, everything's a minute behind, or not a minute, a second behind what that 49 seconds was. So that tells me that I do need to pick up the pace if I want to win this race. I don't necessarily have to try to beat my 49 second lap, but definitely need to put some pressure on Maddox, or at least get some separation from Maddox, who's definitely putting the pressure onto me. Now here's another issue, is which of the three cars is this one that's right ahead of me, because this is the one that's about to get lapped. And if it's like the Boxer Challenge where the that was all bad. If it's like the Boxer Challenge where there was a clear lower horsepower vehicle, the in the Boxer one, the Volkswagens were clearly lower in horsepower. The Samba Bus and the Volkswagen Beetle didn't even get to 100 horsepower, whereas all the other vehicles clearly surpassed 200 horsepower. And it was like no contest for why I didn't even get in the Samba Bus, which would have been better than the Volkswagen Beetle, because I knew that the Samba Bus wasn't going to be able to compete with the other faster vehicles on that box race. So I kind of had to make a choice, and that's kind of why I went with the first one on this for this one, because in that Boxer car one, the Porsche was the number one car, and it definitely proved that it deserved to be on that number one spot. But that doesn't necessarily mean that just because a car is in the number one spot makes it the best car for the race. Anyway, that's just what I'm thinking as I'm racing, and I know I repeated that part. I'm sure I repeated other parts of this too. I'm just wanting to fly around the racetrack and be successful. I really did think the roll bar was going to slow me down a little bit more, and I didn't think I was going to be in first place by the end of the fourth lap. But Maddox has been on my tail this whole time and really wants this gold here too. So maybe Maddox will take a second lap around this one for the 10 laps and do a lot better when I'm not here, because we just won. There's the victory. Nice. This car did better than I expected. It didn't do great, but 41,000 credits, that's actually less than I was thinking we would have, but not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. So let me see something here. I just want to look at the car stats really quickly. 266 in horsepower. Okay. I want to compare that to the next one when we do it, because we're going to definitely go to this 6th lap race, and we're going to move to the 89. And I don't know why the 89 is in the spot that it's in, but we're going to check the horsepower, obviously see what we need to set up for it. Some of the things that we may need to do are lowering the body weight. The first car had such a low weight to it from the beginning that none of that mattered. But as we go through and we test it out and see, maybe we do find out that there's a weight difference. Okay, so like this one, we got this one set to 91%, which, okay, I didn't see what that one was. This one's all the way up at 226, which means that, yes, the horsepower on this one is less. And then we've got this one. No, this one is not dropped. So let's go ahead and drop this one. Okay. All right. So here we go. Oh. Now, the problem that we have with this track is this track is rough because it's so many tight corners. And you want to get up to speed fast, but then as you get up to speed, you get to another corner that's nice and tight. And I've had problems with this track. Not necessarily with the car I've been driving on this track, but the track itself has been problematic. So this one will be less fair to figure out which car is best. Even if I win with this car in this first race, which is very possible, which I would hope to be able to do so that I can say that the results are inconclusive between the three vehicles on which vehicle is the better vehicle. I mean, because this Mazda has better handling than other vehicles I've had on this track. But is it going to be fast enough when I need it to be to catch up in some of these straightaways to where I need it to be so that it's not in 8th place, that it can get further up? So what placement does it get? Now, I'm not expecting to be in first place by the end of 4 laps, like, you know, the last race, where we got into first fairly quickly. This is also a shorter series of races. Not races, shorter track. There we go, that's the words I'm looking for. Yeah, this is a somewhat shorter track, and we've definitely used this Roadster before, not only because we've seen some of the work that we've done to the engine and to the body, but also because I'm looking at it having 78 miles on it already, which tells me that, yeah, it's definitely had some time to be used. But I do want to try all 3 cars if I can tonight. But if not, that's okay. I actually am very pleased that I am in third place, and I can see the lead car ahead of me already. And in comparison to that first race that we did, this would be equivalent to if I got into first place here, getting into first place in the 4th lap, just based on how many laps there are in comparison to how many laps there were in the last one. Do I anticipate getting into first here? No. Oh, that's good. We've had problems where we've gone down that, we were in first and we hit that pit. Oh, that was so terrible. Yeah. Oh, man. Now here, what we can rely on to get ahead are these turns. Are being able to make the turns successfully. Almost more successfully than the car ahead of us. But the AI knows what it's doing. Which is why I've said some of this race may be more challenging than I expect. Oh! Ooh, that was close. Yeah. Almost hit that car. Okay. Alright. I don't think I'm going to get a clean race bonus anyway. But still. Oh, oh. I think we did. No, there we go. Now I did it. Whoa, nope, don't do it. On the track. Okay, there you go. Alright, I mean, this is competitive. Good. Nice competitive fight, and now I gotta keep my composure, and that's going to be the challenge, I think. I feel like this looks like it could be an airport. Huh. There you go. Nice and tight on that corner. Tight on that corner. There you go. Okay, good. Still got 3 laps to go. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yeah, but you're doing alright. You are doing better than I expected. So, it proves what I'm noticing is that there isn't much of a difference between the two cars that we've used so far. The two cars, especially relying heavily on the drivers, of course, can get into and maintain a close to, if not first position for a decent enough amount of time, and to be able to try and do what is required. So, yeah, I am satisfied with my results right now. Wasn't sure that I would be at first. I thought, I don't know how this is going to go. But, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I did not expect this Mazda to be as good. Partly because of the age, but partly because of when I looked at it as a 226 horsepower vehicle versus a 266 horsepower vehicle. There's 40 less horses pulling this car than pulling the other one. So it just didn't seem like it would stand as much of a chance. But I mean, it's holding its own. Whether it's the driver or not, this engine is doing what I'm requiring of it. Now, is it still the best? Well, no. But with the last race, I still had that other car right behind me the whole time too. So it's on par with the last vehicle. I would definitely say that there is no difference between this vehicle and the last vehicle. Does that mean anything? Not really. Because you get to be the judge based on what you're seeing in the race. And plus, I've still got this lap and the rest of this lap and the next lap to maintain first position so that I can win this race. And definitely don't want to see something like that happen or me get off course again. So there's other issues too. Now, some of it could be the other drivers as well, trying to make it more of a challenge for me. And that right there, not staying on the racetrack, does not help anything. But it's all good, because I'm still having fun. Can't take that away. We still got this last track. What? Who said track? We still got one more lap to go. Now this is interesting. For this one, my first lap has been my best time. Typically it's my second lap, but everything has been slowing down since my first lap. And in general because of that, but also I think there's a different reason too, where I'm playing more conservative around the corners, believing that my car is going to be up to a higher speed than I want to handle. So there's that. Yikes. No, don't you do that. What is up, guys? I mean, this isn't leapfrog. Go slow, go slow. There you go. Nope, nope. Get out the dirt. You're just getting your car dirty and slowing yourself down, messing up your brakes, not doing anything good to this car doing that. Okay, whoop, slow it down some. Yeah, I know. You got this. Okay, no, you're okay. They're still behind you. That's where you want them. Yeah, you got that car where you want it. Just, you know, nice and easy, gentle. Feather it. Feather the turns. There you go. Okay, good. Yes. And done. Number 1. Alright. Whew. Okay. That was good. That was a good race. I wasn't paying attention to what that one was. Alright, we need to go 5 more miles for the new car. Or for the free car. It may not be a new car, but for the free car. I want to try and use that other one. This is 5 laps, 8 laps, 6 laps, 4 laps, 5 laps. I'm going to try it. See, this is the one that we haven't touched yet, so we're going to have to do some quick stats adjusting. It's like I thought, though. They're all roadsters, so it's not like there's anything that's different about the way they build the car. It really does have to do with the way I drive the car. And I want to try and drive the car the same as I was driving it at the beginning of the race as I do at the end of the race. And this time, I'm starting out at the end of the race. I don't know. I think I did that last time, too. And I'm not sure about the first time through. So I've only got that many. Okay. So that's 1984. Okay. 277. So this is the best horsepower. I don't know about the best weight. I think actually it's got a pretty good weight. Oh, adjust the traction. And drop it. So I could have been making a big mistake by not using this car first. But then again, horsepower doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to win the race. We've seen that. We saw that with the Samba bus, actually. The Samba bus, I think because it was a little bit heavier, it had a better chance at winning the race. Now, with the vehicle I'm driving right now, it has a little bit of wind resistance by not having a roof. But it's better than the car I drive. I'm not doing it now. The car I drove first. The car I drove first had the worst wind resistance. This one has the next worst wind resistance. Unless I can put the convertible top up, which I don't know if I can do. And then the one that I drove second has the best wind resistance abilities. But the second car has the worst horsepower. This car has the best horsepower, and the first car has the middle horsepower. As far as the weight, I would say the first car has the best weight. This car probably has the second best weight, and the middle car has the worst weight. That would be how I would judge them if I'm doing that. So, because each of the 3 cars has different standards between the 3 of them, it makes it hard to truly judge which car is best. And that's why I think that all 3 cars are just as good as the other 2 cars. There is no car in particular that's better or worse, because each of these 3 cars has a strength, and each of these 3 cars has a weakness. And can't really say that one weakness is worse than the other weakness, just like I can't say that one strength is better than the other strength. To me, horsepower would be the best strength, but I've seen lower horsepower win. So then if horsepower is not the key, then I would say that weight distribution is the key. But we've seen cars with worse weight distribution and worse horsepower still do better than a car with good horsepower and good weight distribution. So then I would say, well, okay, is it the height and the traction. Yeah, maybe the height and the traction. I think those play a part in it, but I also think, whoa, that the wind resistance is part of it too. Even though the aerodynamics is more about fuel fuel efficiency than it is about efficiency of the vehicle. Whereas the wind resistance is going to be better for how much fuel, the more resistance the car has, the more fuel it has to burn to go to faster speed. Doesn't matter the horsepowers. But the more horsepowers, the less effort it takes to go to a higher speed. Even with the wind resistance and with the weight distribution, the lighter the car is, the better chance it has of, the easier it is for the engine to pull the car. So if you're looking at it that way, it would be weight distribution in comparison to wind resistance allows the horsepower to make the car better or worse. And that's just me trying to figure it out on the spot as I understand what I understand about cars and as I understand what I think I understand about racing. It doesn't mean that I'm right. In fact, I'm probably wrong. And if I'm wrong, please let me know, because I'm sure you probably already have done that. Huh. Okay. No, you're alright, car. You're alright. I wanted to have a nice little competition here. There we go. Got around the corner. Nice. Good. Need to control that better. But hey, started in the back and now we're in the front. And, you know, that's how Gran Turismo kind of trolls with that, where you start near the back, unless you can do a qualifying round, which I haven't been able to do a qualifying round yet. I think that comes with some of the more advanced races. And then, of course, based on your speed and your qualifying round, that determines your place, your pole position. Oh, and your pole position could determine how well or poorly you do on the race. Now, you could have a really good qualifying lap, but then have everything else go poorly. Or you could have a really poor qualifying lap and have everything else go so very well. So, just remember that a qualifying lap isn't necessarily a guarantee of who's going to win. In fact, it's very possible that all of these other vehicles have had qualifying laps, and I wasn't involved in those, and that's why I got put in last. But even without being in first, I still was able to, or even without doing a qualifying lap and starting in the back, overcoming that obstacle and getting into a first place, that feels good. Trying to hold on to it would, of course, be better. Now, somebody who's behind me just beat my fastest lap, which makes me concerned that they could catch and surpass me as well. But who knows? Who knows? All I know is this is racing. I get to drive a convertible. This is the second time in my memory of this game that I've been able to drive a convertible in the two convertibles in the same night. I mean, obviously tongue-in-cheek there. I'm joking, but I haven't driven in IRL. I haven't driven a convertible. I've ridden in one or a few, not too often. They're okay. they're cars, and everybody has their preference on cars too. So maybe, you know, you like a convertible top. I think a convertible is okay. Definitely prevents from having to use the AC, but doesn't necessarily mean that I want to drive a convertible every time I go out. Now, I am going to point out that I am currently 5 seconds ahead of the car following me, but that can change in an instant, because now they've gotten a lot closer on a little turn that I took that brought everybody up. But that's okay. Oh, thank you for the speed boost, I guess. Rude, maybe? Dude came up hard behind me, yeah. Like he wasn't expecting me to be there, or she wasn't expecting me to be there. Could be a lady. Could be a lady. Okay, what I do know, though, is that this track and lap is a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. I'm okay with that, because it definitely means we get that workout. We get to flex that workout, but I wasn't anticipating going as long as we're going right now. But since we've got 2 laps left, we're okay, and we're still close to where I want to be, so it's not the worst. I just could have planned better, should have planned better. Oh, I did get a better time, and then another driver got a better time than my time. Wow. This is competitive. This is competitive racing right here. Gotta love that. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't rain, though. I mean, there's some clouds there. If it rains, this is a convertible. I'm done. I am done if it rains. Oh, okay. Whoa. Careful. Careful. Okay, we're about halfway. Yeah, about halfway through this 4th of 5 laps, so still got a ways to go. I thought this was going to be a little bit faster, but turning into quite the adventure, that's for sure. And I'll take an adventure every once in a while. Okay. There we go. GoPro, GoPro, GoPro. What, is there advertisements? What? Actually, I've seen the advertisements plenty of times. Megorio, okay. I don't know if that's an advertisement. I think that's the track we're on. Toyo tires. Toyo. Toyo? I want to call it Toyo, but I think it's Toyo. Sounds like Froyo, though. Is it frozen yogurt tires? Ew, that's disgusting. And wouldn't work. I mean, like, seriously. Frozen yogurt or ice cream for tires? That's just asking for trouble. I mean, not to mention, you know, your tires are rolling around in dirt and dust and everything. But also, like, imagine the critters that you're going to get on your car. You're going to get a whole bunch of critters. You're going to get, you know, mice and cats and anything that wants to eat the sugar off of that. If you go to Yosemite, the bears will get to your car. Yeah, it'll be all bad. Alright. Gotta keep it up. Gotta finish this last lap. You're alright, you're alright. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about that other car. Right now, just try and finish the race. Whether you win or lose, that doesn't matter. It's how you play the game. I mean, whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter, because it's not about... No, wait, that's the same thing. Whether you win or lose, you're just trying to have fun. Yeah, that's the same thing too. Doesn't matter if you win or lose how you play the game. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's about the journey. Did you learn something during it? Then you have succeeded. You have passed. Nothing else matters. There we go. Okay, good. I always feel like I'm near the end at that point, and then I look up and I'm like, oh yeah, this is like a 3-minute lap. One lap is like 3 minutes. Yeah. Which is what I wasn't expecting. That's why I'm like, oh, this is going longer than I thought. Because the other two were really, really short. And I was like, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, 5 laps short, no problem. Oh, surprise. Longer than you thought. But you got this. You got this. You got a minute worth of track left at this point. Just based on how long the track is. You got some good separation that you want to try to keep between you and the vehicle behind you. Looks like they're gaining on you, but you still have some good separation. Okay. Oh. Oh boy, yes. There we go. Just gotta make it a little bit further. No, you don't. No, you... What are you doing, man? Come on. I'm right there this whole race, and then near the end, you just decide that it's yours? I don't think so. Stay in line. Know your place. Besides, you're the AI. I get to win. Oh. 3 races. There we go. Man, that last race was something else. Not what I was expecting at all, and it was still very close, all the way to the bitter end. Gotta love that. Alright, let's get out of here. We're done racing for tonight. Let's get some rest now after all that hard stuff. Oh, what do we got? While we're waiting for this car, thank you for watching. May God bless you, and remember, God loves you.